Hey, this is Kurt the Boat Doctor down here at California Street Boat Ramp. Or should I say Kurt's Boat Ramp? Ha! Boat Doctor's Boat Ramp. Look at this water. Isn't this something? Had some nice high tides again. Starting to get all the floaters coming in now too. Looks like that other one took off. We had a huge one here yesterday. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, out here in this American, it kind of looks like a fiber form. I think it's a 92, maybe a little 15-footer. Could be a 16, could be a 15. But anyway, this boat is clean for the year of this. And this trailer, I'd just sandblast that baby and repaint it. These trailers, see the little walkway you had right there? Little tie-down hooks right there for a belly strap. Little V-blocks to it. Put a new winch stand on it. This ground wire, I see he's got it wired. Broke loose from that fork pin. So I just used my little safety pin for the latch. It's a 2-inch ball. But these were tilt trailers. That's what that mechanism there, that rod. You can pull it, and this whole thing used to lift up, and they welded it. I had a ATV trailer like that, an older one about this year. You know, the years fly because this looks like it's a, oh, maybe a Shorelander. It could be an easy loader. And it probably is. I know they both made one, but it looks like it's in the 60s and 70s. But you got to figure 92. Heck, that's 2000. That's 35 years old. But I'd sandblast that because the trailer looks pretty good. Looks like you had new wheels put on it, buddy bearings, and I'd repaint it. I'd maybe use that galvanized paint, sandblast it, primer it, and use that galvanized paint. And man, this, it would really make this boat pop. But this is super clean. It's got good windows. All the gel coat still looks new. It must have been sitting in the garage. There's no way this 92 could be this clean. But anyway, they call it American, which again, it looks like a fiber form or Glastron or glass ply. But anyway, this was kind of an interesting design. This back then had the reverse chine here with the steps. So, and then you got the delta pad in the back. So this boat should actually perform really nice. It should be very stable. And you got a 70 horse. This is why I'm down here. He put this new 70 on it. 70s, they'll turn about 6,300. And don't put grease on these, by the way. Get some corrosion X and spray that on there. Because grease, you know, they'll get like dust, dirt, you know, sand. Then the rain gets on there, and then you steer this where it's in. It can freeze your steering inside your steering tube and get that all froze up and rusted. So if you use Corrosion X, it'll steer like an ice cube. Your trim's right there. Motor latch is right there. You got zincs. It's 13 by 15 painted aluminum. And let me see, you got your little right down in here. That's your speed pickup. You got a speedometer. There's your intake water. You put the earmuffs on it. Always have water going to it. Now, if you haven't ran this boat for like 3-4 months, I would say take it to a lake or anywhere where you could dip it in. Don't do it on a hose because they dry out and you just don't have the water pressure as you would if you submerged that. And then after that, you could just start it up at the hose every time you leave. Like say you lived in Coquille or something like that. I always start them up before I leave the house, or maybe the night before, just to make sure the battery's there, the keys are in there, the gas is in there. And I did put 2.5 gallons of non-ethanol and Startron in that fuel tank. This did have a 2-stroke on here. There might have been a little bit of 2-stroke gas left in that can, but it doesn't really matter. It diluted it out with this other stuff, and all they can really do is foul plugs on the 4-stroke motors. You definitely don't want to do that to 2-strokes, but anyway, here's your freshwater flush. Do not start the motor when you're using this. Unscrew this, put your hose, turn on the water, let it pee out. And it doesn't take, if you do it that way, probably 10 minutes, but do it when the motor's warm. When you say get back, you got about 45 minutes. If the motor's cold, that really doesn't do a heck of a lot for you. And then I think that's a 52 or 54 UHD transducer. He just put this Garmin in it. Good job with the Garmin. Garmin's the way it's at. That's pretty compatible. I think that's the Vivid model right there, the 94 SV. And it looks like he's got a stereo. He's got the king queen seats, bench seats on both sides. These are really a good, well, with those seats in there, it really doesn't matter. But if it was my boat and there's only going to be 2-3 people in here, what I would do is I'd yank them seats out of there, put 2 base pedestals up front, run 2 ice coolers with the swivel seat mounted on top of the cooler. You know, you have one there for that, and you put whatever your soft drinks and use the other one for crab. And you could use them for seats, but you could move them around where it doesn't take up a lot of space. You did that, you'd have a lot of room in this little boat. And it looks like the top's really good on it. Like I say, it's just, this boat is just immaculate. Huh. American boats. Huh. I'll have to read that when I get in there. Oh well, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna give it probably the first hour break in, and I'll set up the electronics for him so he can just power it up and hit the tiles and he's good to go. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. This 70 should be plenty of power. The only problem years back, you know, the glass plies, glass pars, fiberglass or fiber forms, even sea swirls back then, they did put wood like in the stringers and stuff, which is okay. You keep them, like you say, this has had them in garage, but they can add weight to the boat. Even these seat cushions, water can get in there, and they can get pretty heavy. You can add, you know, 200 to 350 pounds of weight, just in absorptions of water inside the seats and in the wood and stringers and the back transom. So sometimes you'll run like a cat, you know, like when you first got these for about 5 years, and then if they sat outside, pretty soon they say, oh, there's something wrong with my motor. No, it ain't nothing wrong with your motor, there's just extra weight. But I don't think we're going to have that issue with this boat. So anyway, it looks like it came out of LC Bay. I'm going to take her to the water, I'm going to put her in. Boat doctor out.